Hey guys, so today we'll be working on the 4th grade worksheet for week 4. And on our first page we'll be working on our order of operations again, because we did so last week. But this time we're working with a lot more numbers, so it would be a lot more confusing, right? Just as I have explained last week, we have PEMDAS, which stands for parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. And as it is listed this way, we can see that parentheses is first. After that, you look at the exponents, and so on and so forth. That's how you solve. So here, if we look at, let's say, question 3, there are multiplications here, a subtraction, and a division. Now, we have multiplication, division, subtraction. But we also have a parenthesis right over here between 3 divided by 3. And parenthesis is at the very top, so we're doing parentheses first. Whatever is inside the parenthesis, like here too, whatever is inside the parenthesis, we're going to do it first. Okay? And then after that, we do the multiplications, right? Because multiplication is next, which is that one. And after that, we have the subtraction, which is right over here in the middle. Subtracting this value and this value, I believe. Using PEMDAS, it should be pretty easy. It's the same as last week, just a lot more numbers. I believe that you'll be able to do this on your own. So let's move on to our next page, where we have multiplication. For our multiplication, you just gotta remember that we're lining up the numbers. So you can write it this way, but it is a lot easier to solve the problem if you write it, 36 times 55, like this, right? And it does not matter what number goes on the top, so you could write this 55 times 36 and it would not matter at all. So looking at 36 times 55, we're going to solve. So we're going to add these, multiply those two first, which 5 times 6 is 30. And then we're going to do this second. 5 times 3 is 15, but we have a 3 on top. So just like we do in additions, is we're going to do 15 plus 3, which then now we have 18. And just like that, we're also going to do the same thing for, oops, now it became all messy. We're going to do the same thing for the 5 here. And now this 5 is in the tens place, not the ones place. And so we're going to add a 0 to this ones place right over here. And now we're going to do the 5 times 6 again, which is 30. And then we add the 3, that's right over here, the 3. We do 5 times 3, which is 15, plus the 3, which is 18, and we just add them together. And we'll just bring the zeros down because there's nothing there. We bring the 8 because you're not adding anything with 0. 8 plus 0 does not equal a bigger number than the number 8. And we're adding 8 plus 1, which is 9. And then we have nothing on top, so 1's just going to come down. And we have 1,980 for our answer here. Okay? So like that, you'll be doing all the rest of the problems. And on our next page, equations with variables, we are solving for x. Now this will be a little more tricky, so you're going to have to listen a little carefully. So for our first equation, Oh, and our last page, I believe, are word problems. And the word problems are all technically a review of everything here. So I'll just be working on this page for now. So back to what we were going to do. We have, there we go. We have 536 divided by x is equal to 8 times, whenever it's a variable, a letter, any letter from A to Z, any letter, it's a variable. Oops. Any number next to a variable, like A, is a multiplication. Right over there, that this here is a multiplication. Okay, all the time. So now we have 536 divided by a variable is equal to 8 times, so I'll put a big dot here, times x. That way you'll be able to see it better. But you gotta remember, this 8 and the x will be moving together. I'll just put 8x. And so for here, it's a division. And so what we're gonna try and do is we're gonna move all of this to one side. Meaning we're gonna have to try to make this x here by itself. And to do that, we're gonna divide 8 on both sides so that these would cancel out and the x will be by itself. And so if you do 536 divided by 8, I'll just do it real quickly. Our answer is going to be 67. And now that is equal to, so 67 is essentially our x value, right? And if we plug this back in, we have 536 divided by 67, because that is our x right now, right? That's our x, is equal to 8 times 67. Why is this not working? Okay, 67. And if we solve this out, we will get, so 8 times 67, let's do that first. 8 times 67 is equal to 536, and 8 is equal to, so if we do 536 divided by 67, we'll be getting 8, which is here, right? Without the x, we just have the 8, right? Like that. And then at the same time, if we do, as earlier, 8 times 67, it'll equal to 536. And so the x, we write 67 over here, right?